from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Giants, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On second down, it's Payne, and he's got room. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. He finds his man complete. It's Bailey. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. From the gun, Cobb. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. And this
is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Jones. Buying time to his left. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Yeah, the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down. Cobb. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a...
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll go down.
Man, come on, man.
Inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. John Kaminsky got him down defensively.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. It's Shaq Lawson who worked his way in there to get him down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing Jones. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. Touchdown, Giants! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. That flag's come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. Cobb. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Cobb eluding the pressure right. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Man, that's a safety, man.
He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack,
oh,
man. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that?
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop for 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton as the first half is winding down. And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Bro, the man got tackled in the end zone. That should be a safety. You had a 100-yard drive, man.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Bro, the man got tackled in the end zone. Come on, man.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Returning it, John Ross. And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second and 7. Off the play fake. Jones. Going up top. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll run on 1st down. Payne, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Payne. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Off play action. Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try, good by Gano. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football.
Touchdown, Falcons! A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons get a bit closer. A trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14.
Hey, come on.
And he will score. Touchdown.
That is bullshit, bro. Come on, man.
6 yards on the kick return. The Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's second down. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's
what the?
Touchdown, Giants. A big play there.
That's really sad, man, this game.
And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about
I ain't gonna break my shit. It's all good.
We see people get into the zone. This guy's in the defensive class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Gano the extra point.
Both my safeties jumped and missed.
Now it's Patterson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Is that play?
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will be very close to a first down. But I see the close fist of the referee. And that means 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They'll go with a keeper. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
They've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He's going to let this one go deep.
Why is the corner?
He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
Yeah, there ain't nobody in the middle. Just run with him. You over here and run with him.
Streak is going to extend another week. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now it's Patterson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Wow.
And down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown. It's complete. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now it's Patterson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st down, Payne. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, Cobb. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Going for it all.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
By James Bradbury.
Get the fuck, man.
And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down. Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch in between the tackles, but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
I'm surprised they didn't fumble that.
Over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out.
That better be roughing the passer.
Continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On 1st and 10, Cobb.
Slow ass. Man, God.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over.
Oh, my God.
Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
See how slow he was coming out of the pocket? No, that shit was crazy.
That gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass.
Slow coming out of the pocket, but then he got turbo boots.
Off the play fake. Cobb out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now.
Come on, Payne, go ahead and get you one,
boy. For next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with under 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
I see it. I see it.
Back to throw. Cobb. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack. Taken down at the 2.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of its hands quicker.
Come on.
This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. And they will run it with Michelle. And he's across for the touchdown. Too late.
Yeah.
But he does get in.
I fucked up on that first drive. That killed me. But
indeed, I did, my
that
good man.
First turnover just, oh my God.
What the? I was about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He better not. He better not.
He's flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. This game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.
Truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got the boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped on Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on rap a lot. Think like Jeff Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor.